Colourful, exquisite wagashi, Japan's traditional sweets. Each delicate morsel contains a clear sense of the season. Wagashi are an essential part of various annual events. At the Doll Festival each March, a special confection represents a prayer for girls' health. In May comes a festival where traditionally, rice dumplings wrapped in oak leaves called kashiwamochi are eaten in a similar wish for boys to grow strong. This time on Japanology Plus, our theme is Wagashi. We'll sample the freshest modern flavors and the 1,000-year history of Japanese sweets. From confections of bean paste shaped into cherry blossoms to sweet dumplings on skewers, wagashi comes in countless forms. There are two major kinds, formal and everyday. In spring, cherry blossoms and other colourful flowers. In summer, refreshing, flowing water. Japan's unique sense of beauty and appreciation of the seasons are embodied in these dainty confections. In general, wagashi are made from 3 primary ingredients, all plant-based. First, grains. Japan's staple crop, rice, is an especially common choice. Wagashi's texture and firmness are determined by the grain used to make it. Important factors include the way the grain is milled and how finely. Next is sugar. At least 5 kinds of sugar are commonly used in wagashi, including wasambon with its well-balanced taste, sweet granulated sugar, and flavorful brown sugar. They are chosen carefully to give the desired sweetness and taste. The third ingredient, and perhaps the most characteristic of Japanese sweets, is beans. Azuki beans are especially important. Sugar is added to cooked azuki, and then the mixture is boiled down to make a sweet paste called an, the signature flavor of wagashi. Just these 3 ingredients have given birth to an endless variety of wagashi.
Itami-san has laid out a selection of sweets for us here, representing each of the 12 months of the year, starting with January up here and going all the way through to December. Interesting. And Santa Claus for December. That's quite interesting. One would think that these were all very traditional things, but Santa Claus is definitely not that.
You have to make wagashi that people of all ages will want to eat, from children to the elderly. You can't just do the long-standing seasonal motifs. Creating that variety is your job as a confectioner. I believe the same principle is true for all culinary culture.
Wagashi has undergone a succession of major transformations to become what it is today. The origins of wagashi lie in confections brought back by Japan's 8th century missions to China's Tang dynasty. These sweets were made of rice or wheat flour and various kinds of beans, boiled or fried in oil. Based on the ingredients and methods of the Chinese sweets, Japan's first variety of wagashi was created. Tsubaki mochi, a rice cake sandwiched between camellia leaves. Since sugar was not available in Japan at that time, it was sweetened with a boiled-down liquid of certain vines. In the 12th century, formal tea preparation came to Japan, also from China. This greatly influenced wagashi. By the 16th century, a unique Japanese tea ceremony had developed, and new kinds of wagashi were served with the tea. Enjoying the astringent green tea called matcha with sweets became customary among the samurai. Then, in the mid-16th century, came a development that radically changed the course of Japanese confectionery: the arrival of sugar with merchants from Europe. Soon, sugar was being imported, and its popularity quickly spread among Japan's elite. In the 17th century, with Japan at peace after centuries of strife, techniques for making sweets advanced, and people had more opportunity to enjoy them. Sweets served with tea became more colourful and elegant, tiny edible canvases that depicted exquisite seasonal motifs. Soon, Japan began producing its own sugar, and rice cake dumplings became cheap enough for anyone to buy. Most of the wagashi eaten in Japan now date back to those days.